Guys, before we get going, you know what we got to do? We got to give a huge gay shout out to, I'm just kidding. Yo, the response, he responded back to the intro. It was like he thought the whole huge thing was kind of gay. It wasn't the whole intro song or anything. It was me saying huge because I'm talking about a huge deal.
Where's
no,
it?
Talk about that.
Where the question is where's their mind at? Because huge could be a pair of
get your mind out of the gutter, bro.
Pair of boobs. It doesn't have to be dick.
But a huge shout out to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, Justin, Brian, Dusty, Alpha 80, Swag, the Roland Rogans, and Kay. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. It means the world to Luke and I. It helps keep the lights on here at the podcast. So, also Discord, go check it out, guys. So much good stuff going on in there right now. We got episode 198, almost there, almost 200. We got episode 198 about to get underway. We're going to be talking about Luke's on vacation for 2 weeks in a row. He's about to hit his second week now here as you guys are listening. I'm on vacation as well this week as you guys are listening. We're chilling, so we'll be talking about that. Also, the quarterly earnings came out. We're going to have a quick little rundown, and then we'll finally get into the interview we had with our good friend, Brad Moser. As you guys know him in the Discord, BRadMo, on Instagram as well, on social media, so we'll have that interview for you guys as well. We recorded that when we all met up, so looking forward to that one as well. Episode 198. I'm ready. I know Luke's ready. You guys are ready. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back, boom, drove off, left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
You've gotten hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 198. And like we said, we got a good one on tap for you guys here today. But first, let's go to the other side of the screen, shall we, to our co-host down in West Bog, Virginia. Come here and let me see you. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Well, I mean, I guess I can just go ahead and get right into it. I just want to say on this quick side note, you know, the way we can schedule our scheduling skills of how we can make things work, even at episode 198, never ceases to amaze me. But that's what commitment is all about. Teamwork and commitment, folks. It goes a long way. But no, I'm good. I'm kind of weary as we record this. I'm a day removed from being, I came back last night. I got back about damn near 24 hours to the hour ago, and it was awesome. Just went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, just to give a summary of it. We wanted to go to a beach for our anniversary, because we took our honeymoon in St. Augustine. So basically, we didn't really want to fly anywhere because we, you know, with house stuff, doing, you know, things we're working on, we weren't exactly sure what we wanted to do. And we ended up choosing Kitty Hawk, and I'm glad we did. It was cold, but it was funny because it wasn't that cold. Like, you know, like to us, 68 degrees is not bad.
It's comfortable.
And now, of course, when you're at the ocean, you know, the wind is just fucking whipping. So that made it cold, but still, like, we're there and there's people in gloves, toboggans, fucking pants, jackets, and I'm coming out in flip-flops and a pair of swim trunks like it's the middle of August with a bunch of beach toys. And Willow's I got that my daughter's in a jacket and sweatpants, but I'm like, fuck. But people were like mesmerized by, like, are you not cold? I said, man, It's just, I'm like, it was frozen. I basically explained to him, I'm like, listen, it was like frozen for a month where I live, and no, 68 degrees is not too bad, but it was
Hell yeah.
it was a good trip, man. It was, it kind of, the way down, for anybody that has kids, young kids especially, they can dictate how things can go. She had some stomach issues. She had, like, we were making good time. We weren't going to drive the whole way down on the way down because we left late, but it got stopped abruptly by the shit. And when I mean the shit, I mean, we have this little toilet, what we use for potty training, but that's also our travel toilet. Because she's weird about using public restrooms. It's kind of funny, not because of the sanitation. She's a regular kid. She'll eat damn near anything off the ground, but hates public restrooms. So she had to shit and blow it up. Like, she shit, and we were about to go, and it was within 5 minutes. She shit again. I mean, diarrhea. And, long distance travels, 3-year-old is diarrhea.
Fuck.
The whole fucking mix. I mean, so the trip back was a lot smoother than the trip down. It was Willow's first time seeing the ocean. The weather was good. It was cold, but like, it was supposed to rain all week, and it didn't end up raining until literally the day we left in the morning. So we lucked out, man. It was our 10-year wedding anniversary. It was all in all a good trip, a great experience for Willow, and I'm just glad to still be off work, because if I had to go in as we record this, if I had to go in tomorrow, fuck. I'll say that.
Also, happy anniversary to you guys, man.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yes.
I guess
Amazing.
as this gets released, I'll give you an early one yourself, because you'll be a couple days, as this is released, sure, you got a few more days to go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're planning. We actually got an Airbnb, so my folks are coming into town. They should be here in like probably 15 minutes. So we're just, like Luke was talking about, scheduling and shit. Like, we're fucking banging this out. This is commitment right now. We got before my parents get here. So with my parents coming to town, they're gonna be watching The Boys for one night, and Danielle and I got an Airbnb probably about 45 minutes away from here, and it's a fucking tree house. It's like a luxurious treehouse, and like they got a fire pit outside there, like outside of the treehouse and shit. And so that's gonna be an experience. So we'll have pictures, I'm sure, and shit like that everybody will see. But that'll be fun. So we're doing that Wednesday night after softball.
I do have one question. I know we're on a time restraint,
right.
but I do gotta ask, dude. Luxurious treehouse. Like, does this mean, like, are we talking like plumbing luxurious, like running water, sinks, bathrooms?
Yeah. So the bath. So the shower. There's no shower in the treehouse. The shower is separate, and it's like an outdoor shower. It's just not in the treehouse. You know what I mean? So the shower is completely separate from it, but I mean, I believe the toilet and stuff is, I hope it's in the treehouse. I don't want to have to piss and get up in the middle of the night and go out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Piss
off the side of that thing. You'll be all right.
Stand right on the edge of the railing.
That luxurious treehouse will be so luxurious once you get through with it. A couple minutes.
God, for real. But yeah, no. So we're doing that right after my softball game. So after I got a softball game this Wednesday at 6:45, then right after that, the parents are taking the kids, and we're driving down to the treehouse to have a night together. So, yeah. But I mean, fuck it. Hey, while we're on that topic, right? Talk about my last week here. Work wise, great. Yeah, it was easy week. I mean, honestly, probably one of the easiest weeks I've had in a while. So it was normal average stop count every day. It never went up, never went down, and I'm totally fine with that. You know what I mean? Mm. And so work-wise, absolutely was fine for me. Glad I'm on vacation now, though, obviously, as anybody would be.
Hell yeah.
But this past Wednesday, we had our first softball game of the season. And I mean, we've got messages from me talking about softball last year, and like people were enjoying it. So fucking why not keep it going for a couple minutes here every episode? So this past Wednesday, first softball game of the season. I haven't played since last year. We didn't practice nothing. And going in there cold, if you will. And I mean, hey, I didn't walk anybody pitching, so that's a great start. But there were a couple things that happened which were absolutely hysterical. And absolutely I was like, fuck. But one thing that was absolutely hilarious was the pitcher of the other team was talking a lot of shit. He was talking. He was running his mouth. He was trying to get in our heads, right? And so he comes up to bat, and he's got a good bat. I remember last year, I think he hit a home run off me. So he comes up to bat, and I know this guy always takes the first pitch. He never swings at the first pitch. He always watches it go by. So I'm going to throw a strike, obviously, or at least try to. So the first pitch I did, threw a strike, right? Now I'm 0-1 on him, 0 balls, 1 strike. I go to my curveball, and not to toot my own horn, but I got a pretty fucking nasty curveball in slow pitch softball. And so I fucking throw him the curve, and he goes to swing at it, and he pops one foul. Right? And he looks at me and he goes, throw me that again. Go ahead. Throw that same pitch again. Like that. So now I'm 0-2 on him, right? I got 0 balls, 2 strikes. I'm going to throw the curveball again. Like he's asking for it. I'm going to do it. So I fucking did it again. He popped out a little blooper to my first baseman. Just a routine fly ball to my first baseman, right? And that was the 3rd out of that inning. And we're all walking back, and like the guys on my team are cracking up because like they knew they heard him talking shit. Like, throw it again. I was like, he told me to throw it again, dude. So I gave it to him. He didn't do anything with it. So that was a good little fun little, tap myself on the back kind of thing, and all of that as a team. And so what ended up happening too, my next at bat, when I come up after he's talking shit, now I'm all amped up, obviously. So and I'm always a first pitch watcher too. I will always watch the first pitch goes by. He throws one nice. I'm like, that was a good pitch. 1-1. He throws another one, ball. Another one, ball 2. Next pitch comes in, buddy. I swing as hard as I can. I fucking foul tip it. I'm like, shit. I can foul tip it. So now it's 2-2 on the count. Next pitch he throws, another great looking pitch. Fucking swing as hard as I can again. All ball. And as it's going, I'm like, holy shit! Like this one's about to go over the fence. And the ball's soaring, but the wind's coming in. The wind's blowing in, and I'm starting to jog down the first baseline as I'm like watching it. And I'm not sure if it's gonna go or not. It hits the yellow on the top of the fence. It hits the yellow part on the top of the fence and bounces back into play. I was like, shit. Took off running for second, third. Ended up getting a triple. And the pitcher looks at me, and he goes, okay. He goes, respect. I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, that's all I fucking wanted. That's all I want in games is a little respect. Throw a little respect on my name. Thank you very much. And he looked at me. He's like, respect. Anyways, we ended up beating them 12-5, and
Nice.
they had like one good inning, and that was it, really. Otherwise, it would have been 12-1. We probably would have 10-run ruled them if it wasn't for the one inning. But yeah, it was a great start to the season.
Guys acting like he's Barry Bonds. He's going to be able to see. Throw it there again. Give me that one again. Shit.
Oh yeah,
that's Love good. It. I'm glad. It's a good start to the season.
Absolutely. It was a nice little boost, and picking up where we left off there last year. So, but anyways, yeah. So last week was good for me. Like I said, Luke and I are both on vacation. Luke's on vacation still, so it's going to be a good week here, hopefully, as well, as we're both off. So, but anyways, quarterly earnings. Quarterly earnings. So I just want to read a little something, if you will. Okay. So let's break it down. Let's break down the UPS earnings. Okay. So we could say on paper it looks solid, right? About $21 billion in revenue, and they did beat their expectations. But revenue is actually down from last year, right? Profits are down, margins shrank. So they're making less money per package. So, people want to know like what's going on, right? So, and we all know, we've seen it the last couple of years. UPS is in a transition mode right now, basically meaning they're cutting out low profit work, tightening things up, and trying to run leaner, if you will. So less quote unquote junk volume, the stuff we're not making money on, as Carol's been known to tell us. So,
Right.
so, short term, that hurts, right? Numbers look weaker. But long term, the goal is to make more money on better work. That's Carol's plan. Build better, not build. What did you say? Build better, not
bigger, not
bigger.
better. Better, not bigger. See,
Whatever
even
the
the
hell it is.
slogan fucking
Even
sucks.
that is stupid. Can't even remember it. Build better, not bigger, or some shit. So that's basically, obviously, we know that that's what's going on. So it's kind of a work smarter, not harder move, if you will. Even though somehow our days feel longer sometimes. But but it looks like they're sticking with their full year plan, and they believe it's going to work. And right now the situation, it's not bad, it's not great. That UPS is just in the middle of this transition, in the middle of this reset.
This is kind of a thing though, because I've been the last about year and a half, I started kind of getting more involved with the stock market and following UPS. I feel like you can only you can only say that so many times to where at some point investors are going to be like, boy cried wolf kind of thing. And the day of the, so I check shit every day. During the week, the market's closed on the weekends, but the stock on the day they released the earnings went. It went down pretty good that day, but it didn't stay down. It's about nothing really changed on that end. We were both kind of thinking it was going to be a nosedive. Which we obviously weren't rooting for, but just, when you give a prediction, you give a prediction. But it'll just be more interesting to see how it just plays out, because they are obviously still doing well, but they're not doing as well. And if the more quarters go by and this plan, it makes me wonder how long of a leash, leeway they'll let, how many we going? How many annual? We going to go 4, 6, 8? It just makes you wonder, man. I don't know, man, because I feel like if it keeps going down, it's going to raise concern, you would think. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of them things. It was kind of underwhelming, but those were the earnings, and they were released, and we felt like we were obligated on the next, because obviously when we recorded, the bulk of this episode was when we were together and before that shit. But here's to you, Carol. You beat expectations, you and the board. You did it, even though I think investors are still, I think they're already kind of thinking like, ugh, but I don't want you to fail, obviously. Not trying to shoot the boat.
Of course.
Fucking
we don't want the company to fail.
Yeah, don't want you to fail, but it just seems kind of fucking, I don't know, man. It's like, how many times are you going to keep, I feel like this is the transition thing. Well, I think, basically, I'm going to say this before we wrap it up. I think the next few quarterly earnings, you might be hearing this same tune, and then it just makes you wonder, dude, right now, as the next quarter goes, the whole Amazon contract thing of what they were talking about will be completed. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, we will. And so we'll see, what happens with that coming up. It'll be interesting too. It'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds, and all the next 3 that we got for the rest of the year here, and see how they do, right?
Absolutely.
So, but anyways, let's more on that next time, I guess, right? Let's throw it to our interview that we had with Brad, and we'll say goodbye now. And from Brad's episode, we'll end it. And everybody, be safe out there. And hey, we'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.
Here's our episode with Brad Moser.
We
We were drunk that episode.
Dude, I was
So drunk.
in my
Not
living
everybody.
room.
Luke and I were just like,
I was in my
Yeah.
living room with all the background noise in the world.
check.
Check, unplug. We're good.
Check 1, check 2, check 1.
Yeah. All right.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm good. I'm ready.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm ready. West by God, Virginia.
So nice having back with Brad Moser. All right.
I'm good. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm good. I'm ready.
Oh, so ready.
Fuck.
This is so
Fuck.
This was pretty much
This
yeah,
is
this
the
is almost
original
your-
group besides Bobby.
outside Bobby. This is the foundation, man. Brad was the one who brought me in. You were the one. I was the last one in. I was the last one to come in.
Here we go.
Brad reeled it in.
3, 2, 1. Today, joining us on this very special guest coming all the way from Florida. Last time we had him on was episode 97. And maybe a little YouTube appearance as well with us during our hiatus. But that's besides the fact. He was also one of the original members, OG members of this podcast for only 2-3 episodes, something like that. But he's here with us today in person. Give it up, everybody, for Brad Moser. Brad, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Good. For those on the Discord, you might know him as B-Rad Mo, or even on social media as well. So we got Brad in the house. And man, I don't even know where to start, dude. It's crazy.
You can go from the start
We
because
can-
that's what this is fucking. We finally all the three of us here have all. I mean, you two met officially before me,
Mhm.
and so I didn't. This is your second meeting, but this is the first time we've all finally crossed paths, and now to record again. I don't know. We could go we could start from the very, very beginning, but the three of us on this thing, who would have thought in 2020 when we were recording the first 3 episodes? That's why
Who would have thought? Not
6
me.
years later,
Who would have thought?
6 years later, here we are.
Yes, look at us.
Sitting in Pennsylvania.
6 years later, and 2
3 more
hosts gone, and here we are.
Two
3 more
hosts
kids, a
gone.
divorce.
Whole bunch of shit in between. Yeah, here we are.
Yes. How is it going, man? How's life?
Outstanding. It's going really well.
I think the last time we talked to you, it was obviously package car only, I think, around that time.
Yep.
So what's going on now with the company?
I'm doing whatever I want. As little as
Literally.
possible.
Sounds like nothing's changed.
No,
Not from the little as possible, from wherever we want.
in the top third of us in the already listened package, and I up until last week I had enough people under me in feeders if I wanted to work, and I did. If I didn't, I don't. But thankfully, every cover driver in our building has either quit or got fired, so now I have to work feeders when they need me. Which I guess there's worse things to have to do.
This is true. This is true. And I mean, first of all, thank you for being here, dude. This is
Yeah.
incredible. Just before this, we were interviewing John Hilligus here. Everyone's here in person for this interview, so it's pretty rad. Be rad.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for
This is
having
Dude Robin.
some sick rhymes.
Yeah, thanks, man. Been working on it. No, so I mean, this is pretty wild because for those that don't know, I actually ended up meeting up with Brad like a month ago.
Mhm.
I think it was just randomly, last minute down in Jersey, and now second time actually getting to hang out with him. Much better circumstances without the kids around
Yeah, a
pulling
little
me to
bit.
go on rides and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and obviously here in the presence of Luke and John as well. So, dude, this is exciting. This is exciting, and I mean, I know a lot in your life has changed.
Mhm.
And since obviously last time people have heard from you on here, and so you said everything, like doing anything you want. It's what's your position Because I think I told you we don't have this role at our center.
A lot of people don't have this role at their centers because of the extreme seasonal shifts that we have where I'm from, because we have so many snowbirds in location where people come down for the winter and they winter there and then they go home. There's no way to keep a set amount of drivers one way or the other. So we always have extra drivers. We always have seasonal routes. So inevitably there's unbidded routes that are available. So we have a thing that we call unassigned, where you don't bid a route and you just figure out what you do day to day. And all I have to do is, being the most senior unassigned driver, because shout out to Julie, she's probably never going to hear this. She finally bid a route and now I'm the most senior unassigned driver. Hopefully she loves it, because she said if she loves it, she's going to stay on it. So please, Jesus Christ, amen. So every day I just go in. They have DMS, for those that don't know, dispatch management system, open on a computer. You can't mess with it, but you can look at it, see my stop counts, find the lowest one. That's the route I'm doing today. And
That's
then
incredible.
during Christmas, I get the call. They say, hey, you're in feeders from now on. I go do absolutely nothing for 3 months. If I'm lucky, I get the day run and I still get to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're still on the safety committee?
Yep. We're doing compliance training still, because thanks to BlackRock and the stock price, we can only do 2 at a time because we don't have the safety hours, and we have 145 drivers in my building. So I might get this year's training done before 2028. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. And like the one thing I've always liked, obviously we've been friends for a while and I've talked many times on the phone. And the one thing I really like about your center that you guys do on the safety committee, which when I was on the safety committee up at my center, we never done. And that's the fact that like you guys get to go out and do observations on drivers, where like, you know, I feel like every other center, it's a lot of supervisors going out and doing that. And I really feel like if the driver that was getting the observation done on them, if they were to see like another driver like yourself, you know, doing the observation, I feel like they would have a completely different kind of outlook on it compared to seeing their supervisor walk up on them and say, hey, you know, you weren't doing this, that, and the third.
Well, not only that, I mean, majority of our drivers take mentorship very easily. You know, advice from someone more senior. A lot of them, some of the younger guys don't. That's a different conversation we can have. But not only that, if a safety committee member is performing those observations, literally in the contract, and I don't know if it's a supplement or the master, that says those observations cannot be used for discipline. So in the past, I've even had supervisors who were good quality people and good quality supervisors bring us along just so their division, the boss's boss couldn't say, oh, he needs a warning letter for that. Had a safety committee member with me, can't do that. So it's a good thing that drivers are a lot more receptive when they know this is really actually about safety, and not trying to throw a warning letter at you because you didn't stop 2 inches behind the stop line because, you know, safety.
Yeah. 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 That's yeah, I've always enjoyed that. And because like I said, you know, from my center, it's always been supervisors, never been anybody else, and all that. So I've always enjoyed that about your center, and you specifically on the safety committee.
Yeah. It used to be a lot easier, and I'm going to talk about it. And I can hear the collective gasp and the anger mounting when I say the new batch of drivers, if you want to call them the cradle babies, they do not take mentorship. I have heard, sorry, Katie, go fuck yourself. And you're not my fucking dad more time in the last 5 years coming from junior drivers than I've ever in my career when you try to tell them something. You're not my boss. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, good stuff. I mean,
but that right there
So
even
fucking
shows the separation that's happening, if you want to talk about Teamster wise too. Like, you know, that used to be a thing back then where on just before we were chatting with John about the old guard and all of that, like, you know, the old guard should also be helping mentor those younger drivers. And it's kind of a shame that that's what you're hearing.
I mean, you always kind of got some of the pushback, like, you know, your management kiss ass, stuff like that. But you that's a little different. That's just people shit talking. Like,
Yeah.
straight up, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't give a shit is a lot different than, you know, the typical pushback because you're not management and they think you're playing management.
It's crazy how much like just thinking about how generations can clash, because obviously all of us being here now, I mean, I've told numerous stories about disgruntled Doug, and I've talked about, as funny as the stories would be, I've always said I've based about 90% about how I do the job with what he basically with how I watched him for 5 Christmases, and it I couldn't imagine. that- I love you, Doug, and I hope to get you on here one day. But I'll tell you, that motherfucker would have either had another heart attack or got fired for knocking a fucking motherfucker out, because dude, I just like it's crazy to me that it's dropped, because I don't feel like I'm that old, and I know I'm not young, but I mean, God, I just feel like the fact that, I mean, being 41, so I guess it's been 21, 20 years ago since I've been 21. The fact that in that amount of time that's the way, because I see it too. Maybe not to the degree you do, because one, you have a way larger center, and you being in safety and stuff. I know you're way more hands on with other drivers than I am, but I still see it like that, to where they don't, so I mean, and it's a shame, man, because that's not like, if you can't fucking take it right then at that age, like how do you move forward to try to improve it? Like
Yeah.
if it doesn't get, if you're starting there and they don't, and it just keeps going, they're not going to get it. They're just going to get older, and I don't know.
And I'm literally old enough to be their father. My kid's 21, and they're like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not listening to you."
Yeah, dude.
If I wanted to hear that, I'd tell her what to do.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. Here,
I mean, I trained her in preload. She works in preload while she's going to school. I trained her. She never said anything like that. My own kid doesn't tell me to go fuck myself at work.
Yeah.
I know there's still fucking, I gotta say it, because I know there's still good young people out there that are respectful, but overall, dude, I don't know I don't know what the fuck changed.
iPads. It's the iPads.
God,
No, I don't know.
fuck, you might be
The
right. You
iPads.
said the iPads.
I don't know.
Get a tinfoil hat on, man. Let's do it. What's it, 2026? They've been out for, I mean, you think the first batch of iPad babies? Let's go off the rails for a little bit in honor of having one of the originals on here. What iPad babies would be? But the original iPad babies,
They'd be right about 21.
Right about that. Call it a coincidence,
because I got my kids Kindle Fires instead, because they didn't do as much, so they didn't use them as much. And my oldest is 21.
Well, he uses an iPad a lot. I'll have to check that. But that's so true when you think about it.
She's already inclined to go say fuck. It's in her genes.
It's true. It's true, man. She's listening to the podcast, and every intro she hears "fuck." Yeah, man. I don't play it as much anymore in front of her. She's getting fucking. She's in preschool now. She's repeating shit. Dave saw her a little bit ago. She's getting big, man. I can't be dropping that, dude. She'd just be F-bombing everybody.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about, that they're just the level of disrespect to that, because you're just trying to mentor them, to help guide them, lead them in the right way of being safe out there, which, is it because UPS doesn't preach safety as much anymore?
It's funny you say that, because I was asked to give a speech to all the 5-year and under drivers, and every single one of them thought they were getting laid off. They're like, we were like, "You're having us up for PCM." They're like, "We get laid off? We get laid off?" I'm like, no. It was about safety. And the first thing I said out of my mouth is, UPS doesn't give a shit about your safety, so why shouldn't you? So I don't think it's that UPS doesn't give a shit, because honestly, as much as they do the programs, as much as they have the policies, procedures, that's just cover your ass talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They're going to give you the tools. It's up to you to use them. And the dumbest thing that I've ever thought about is when somebody's like, "Well, UPS doesn't give a shit, so why should I?" So you're just going to go get hurt, get replaced, and get a payout that's not enough to live on for the rest of your life. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I've got 20 years and a half years and never had any major injuries. No knees, head, knees, shoulders, toes. got my fingernail ripped off by a chute in the unload once. That's it.
Yeah, and it's yeah. Right, like it's something that they should be able to take on the road, use
Mhm.
themselves, all the knowledge, everything UPS would teach us, everything you guys as a safety committee would teach the younger generation of drivers coming in too, just to cover their asses.
It's not only that. Safety is production, and production is safety. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to cut corners, you're going to hurry, and then you're going to get hurt.
Yep.
If you know what you're doing and know your safety methods, if you know what you're doing, you don't know your safety methods, you get in an accident, you get hurt. Well, now you're not productive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're productive and you're smooth and steady and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing safely, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, I think that's the best thing we could try and do is have them at least cover their ass, because it's one of those things that, we are replaceable. We are hands and feet and butts and seats. And that's
Neck down club is as Chris Fulford would say.
I think it's so true to say, like, when you were like, when you say if UPS doesn't give a fuck, why should I? And they get hurt. And there's one thing people always need to know, like, obviously the replaceable thing, that's all I was going to just get at. Like, the corporate wheel will keep turning. So don't have that kind of mindset, because it's not going to work out good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say that, like I said, there's going to be people, like, there's just some people who look at it like, it's not being a suck ass. It's just being the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around way before any of us were alive. They'll fucking, they'll be here long after we're fucking gone. And you know what I mean? It's just like, it won't stop. So don't do it to yourself.
Except for Ed Roden, he'll still be there. He has 44 years in. He started at UPS before I was born. There are now drivers that I started at UPS before they were born. He's been there since 1980. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Fuck. Well, let me ask, because all of us, now that we're all together in person, do you think realistically the original idea of a YouTube channel, of all what we wanted to do, because you were talking about when you rhymed earlier, it made me think about this. You realize all the shit we were gonna do, like, it was gonna be, we were gonna each have our own personal day to try to crank out shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I just thinking about the idea, is there any possible way that would have worked? But the three people sitting here now, I'm not trying to knock you, Bobby. I don't know if you probably never see this, but you're not here right now. But of the original four.
Yeah, I think it would have, because you see a lot of things out there with the ideas and the plans. There's a possibility. I won't say that it'll work. You don't know for sure. Because the way that we had the characters developing, and then we're going to do short skits that could have spun off into a TV series. That could have worked.
And I feel like that was right before, I mean, I'm not just saying that because it was like the time when we started doing, I mean, with the podcast, when we started, like, basically, if we were going to do bi-weekly episodes, but because of fucking COVID and shit, and it just kind of took off quicker than we really would have realized. I mean, to have drivers 2 months in advance lined up to fucking interview fucking shit, it was it just, I don't know. I always think about that, because I think about YouTube and I think about shorts and shit, and I think I was right before TikTok, and it's not really like, I don't look at it like a what if thing, like, oh, well, we went viral. But I've always thought that it would have worked, and that was the original idea. And then obviously COVID happened, and we went with doing the podcast. But yeah, I was just curious on the thoughts on that. But we were, did we ever find that fucking song, the original song, the COVID one? Did you ever find that one?
Oh, yeah.
I got to hear that tonight.
We'll make sure.
There was
We'll make sure to play it.
There was a memory Well, which one?
The one where you were juggling.
Yeah.
toilet
Yep.
paper.
Okay. There's a memory on my Facebook page yesterday or today. And I was looking through my memories, and my girlfriend looked over the shoulder, and I'm juggling freaking toilet paper, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
That was the start, man. That was the start.
That was the start of it. Crazy times.
And that was still, we were just doing.
Because you were so nasty.
I just realized how low tech I truly was back then. I know I've probably told this, but to tell this in person, the first time, because I didn't even have a headset, because I didn't have Bluetooth. I didn't have this phone, but I probably had a phone not too far dated from what this one is. And I remember I pulled off on my lunch break purposely. We all got on a conference call, quote unquote. And I just
On Instagram.
It was either we did one on
Right?
Instagram, but
We used to do video calls on Instagram.
We did video calls on Instagram, but this one was a phone
So it was
call.
me walking my dogs.
And I took my entire lunch break on keeping you guys on speaker. I was like, okay, I got to go now because I'm off my lunch break. And you guys were like, wait, you've been on speakerphone this whole time? I was like, yeah, I don't have a pair of Bluetooth sets. I was so fucking low tech. God, dude. Oh, just makes me think about how far I've come, even though I'm got microphones I'm plugging in front of me, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. But I mean, Brad, so excuse me, safety committee. You got the safety committee, you got your what'd you call it? Untitled job?
Unassigned driver.
Unassigned. That's yeah. I always find it so interesting the way different buildings, different facilities work across the US and how it's the same, but then again it's obviously not the same, and there's different rules and different like all of that obviously. And I'm a little jealous, dude. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool that you kind of get to jump around and
He's got a good setup.
Oh yeah,
He
dude.
does,
Exactly.
for
And that's why
It's a good setup.
that's why I've passed up full-time feeders twice, because why would I leave what I have to go be the bottom bitch in feeders?
Yeah.
I have less than 10 years left.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Did the buyout cross your mind?
Yes, if I had 25 years in and my pension would have been something that wasn't beer money, I would have been gone. Then 150,000, the 150,000 would. The last one didn't, because it was only like 40 grand.
Yeah.
This one, the $150,000, well, 100,000 after tax would have gone in some sort of account to pay for health care for my two kids. They're still under 18, and then I'd go make money somewhere.
Right.
I mean, I have potential to do a couple different things right now between a buddy of mine and what I'm doing. It's in the town we live in. We have almost an entire upscale gated community. They have us to put up the hurricane shutters.
Mm-hmm.
We had like 5 teams ready to go. He did it on paternity leave the year before last with his little brother. He made $2,500. We managed to get in with the property manager and the home watch people and this one really upscale. Actually, Roald Dahl's son Theo lives in this neighborhood, so I won't say the name of it. But y'all know who Roald Dahl is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not off the top.
He wrote Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He's an author.
Oh, okay.
One of the most prolific children's author ever.
Well,
but anyway,
I know his work.
So his royalties are paying for that house. That shows you what kind of level of house it is.
Okay.
And then we had like 4 teams of people to do it. We had like 150 houses, and then there were no hurricanes. Nobody needed their shutters put up. It was the perfect business plan. Except this is the year they stopped chemtrails and nobody's seeding the weather anymore. And then I'm trying to open a Lego resale shop. So if that takes off.
Yeah, you want to talk about that quick?
There's not a whole heck of a lot but it's always nice to know that there are plans and abilities for people to do stuff outside of UPS. And, it's just my kids love Legos, and we go to Legoland, and then there's a Lego resale shop in Haines City. And we're in there, and we're buying minifigs, and we're buying bulk Lego, and we're walking out. I'm like, man, we don't have anything like this at back home. And I'm like, well, we can. So, you just start. And believe it or not, the funny thing is, it's all becoming successful at the moment because the first shop, we're going to do a pop-up in a month in a bookstore downtown, is because of UPS. I'm trying to get it off the ground, and then these two ladies who opened an independent bookstore come to UPS because the tables they ordered for the bookstore are oversized. They're over 150 pounds. So they have to pick them up. So me being on the safety committee was in the building. We helped them put them in their SUVs, and I got to talking to them. They're like, "Oh, when we get ready, you have to come do a pop-up in our store." I was like, "Okay, whatever." Never saw him again. And then the driver who does 3rd Street is a little, he doesn't like working. He's a little bit, yeah. So when they get 40 boxes of books, they put it on a bulk truck for him because he's really nice to the dispatcher. So I ended up running that bulk truck. And lo and behold, the lady's first words out of her mouth when I walked in the bookstore is like, "You're the Lego guy."
Wow.
So we talked and we got the event set up, and they're going to teach the parents how to pick out children's books while I'm there, and I'm going to sell Legos and give a class, and if it's successful, it'll take off.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome that she remembered you as well.
The first words out of her mouth. I spent the whole morning going, okay, I got to say something, and working up the guts, and she's like, "Oh, you're the Lego guy."
She opened it up for you.
And then I shaved my beard, and the next 2 times I went over there, nobody talked to me. I don't think they recognized me.
We're the Lego guy.
The Lego guy disappeared with the beard.
God. No, dude, that's awesome. And I wish you the best of luck in that, dude.
Thanks.
That's incredible. That's pretty cool, because it's just being able to have that, creativity, networking with other people too, and being able to kind of work with them and the bookstore ladies and being able to get that pop-up to happen, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. And it's just a good relationship to have in any business when you're doing retail, is because we were down there for a St. Patrick's Day parade, and I'm looking at the schedule of events for a coffee shop, and I realize every event that they're having in their event space is just a business from the other side of town coming to do a pop-up. And, it's just those businesses supporting each other. So it's nice that that's how this came to fruition, and I didn't, that it's a networking thing.
That's awesome. We're going on about a half hour now. Luke, you have anything else for?
Dude, just what I asked before we started recording. Because we're here, will you please play the intro of that first episode? Just the intro. I want to hear how we did it right at the start. Just around the table.
Anyways, Dave, throw it to you guys.
And just stop it. Because it sounded, we saw there was ads on it, which I didn't realize either. But it sounded so fucking bad. I just want to hear it. Could we play it real quick?
Well, if you play it on YouTube, will we get copyrighted?
Yeah, I can play it.
Okay.
I can insert it into the episode so we can hear it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to listen to this motherfucker when we're done recording.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. I can't believe that's how we were back then.
We were terrible.
Horrible.
So bad. So bad.
Natural reaction.
Thank you.
Natural reaction.
So good. So good.
We were shot. We were
great googly moogly.
We were shot. I'm so glad we
No. Turn that off. Turn that off. In fact, never play that again.
Did
anybody hear that? Nobody heard that.
Oh God. That was smooth,
But,
brother. That was smooth.
That was good. But Brad, it's awesome being here with you as well as John.
Definitely.
So thank you for coming and hanging out, buddy.
Absolutely no problem. Thank you.
It's awesome to be together in the presence.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, is that it?
Stay on after we go off. We want to say goodbye off the air.
We say goodbye off the air.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We're gonna get some. The mics are gonna stay hot all night.